What's going on, guys? We are still here at Rock on the Range. We didn't leave. We never left. We're still here.
I will never leave.
Now, there was a situation, though. There's a little bit of a situation. We'll get into that in a second. This is Dale from Seether. We're hanging out here and rocking out. Really loud, actually, over there. I like it.
It's getting loud, man.
Loud and proud, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rough start earlier. They were like, code red, we're shutting it down.
They did twice, yesterday and today, both.
Yeah, but I walked outside and I'm like...
And it's sunny.
I looked at my phone, it's 66.
Yeah.
It's a nice light breeze, partly cloudy.
Yeah.
Perfect like festival weather. It's not too hot. I'm like, I don't know what they're looking at, but like, it looks actually quite nice.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it was temporary and we're back on track.
Yeah, everything's back to good.
Yeah.
All gravy. So here's the deal. We're doing this interview thing right now. I don't know if you're familiar with doing interviews at all. Have you ever done an interview in your entire life?
I did. I did one back in 2003.
Nice. Okay, so you're familiar. You get it.
Yeah,
you understand it.
I'll get back into it.
How are things? Like what's going on, man? What's up?
Just touring, man. Touring. Album came out about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So far the response is good.
Yeah.
Just hitting the road, man. Just trying to get our sea legs back and get back in the swing of things.
Now,
we also got our buddy. Where'd he go? Clint Lowry from Seven Dust.
I think he's over there.
He's our guitar player on this run. So
nice.
So that's cool too, man. We're big Seven Dust fans, and really good friends. So it's been fun.
So now, both of you guys both the bands are pretty well known. I mean, everybody knows who you guys are. Initially, when you started that conversation, hey, do you want to come play guitar with us? I mean, to me that'd be like, whoa. But to you guys, it's like you guys are you're all popular. Everybody knows who you are. Was it just like a friendly conversation of, hey, man, do you want to just come over and hang out and play guitar with us?
Yeah, pretty much, man. We've been talking about it for a while.
Sure.
You know, we're like, man, how cool would it be if you just come out and party and hang out, whatever, like, play music. And, so it's something we've been throwing around for a while, but it's never worked out. Seven Dust got a pretty grueling tour schedule, and so do we. We're not scared to hit the road. So, but this time around, Seven Dust taking like a year off. Getting ready to work on a new album and stuff. And so we basically hit him up, be like, "Hey, dude, like, what's going on, man? Right. Here's an advanced copy of the album. hint. Like, are you busy? Can you do it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I can do it." And that was it, man. Here we are.
Well, you talked about tour. You talked about grueling schedules. And when you're on the road, I mean, when you get time off, and I know it's very rare, but what's that feeling like when you get to go back home, you're ready to hang out with your friends and family? Are you actually able to set aside band life and continue with family life?
I mean, going home's always great, but it's hard because anything short of like, I'd say like 6 weeks,
right?
You never really like get in that home mindset. Your mind's still on the road, even though your body's at home. So you never fully relax. You don't unpack your suitcase. Yeah. You just like, counting down the days till you leave again. It's just kind of weird, but it's nice being home, man. I like to do a lot of fishing. Right. I ride bikes. Shooting. I love to cook.
Right.
Arts and crafts, I have a cool little workship area in my garage, workbench. I just build random stuff, just mess around.
Do you get to do any of that on the road ever?
A little bit, I buy a little grill whenever we go on the road. I buy a little grill for like $20.
Right.
Make a little charcoal fire, like grill burgers. And,
I like it.
So we do that from time to time. Sometimes at festivals, it's cool because you get done early and you have the night to make food, and that's a social thing. And kind of makes you feel like you're at home a little bit.
Right.
Every now and again, we make time. We just did a cool thing. Went to the 6 Hour training academy, and did a day there shooting and stuff. Yeah. And so we try to do cool stuff. Maybe go to a movie one night. Just makes you feel like you're a little bit like you're at home.
Right.
So you got to keep yourself entertained.
Do you ever have to? Because of popularity, you guys are huge, regardless of what you're saying. Thanks, are there precautions that you have to take whenever you guys go out, or is it just kind of, okay, we're going to do this and we're just going to do it?
Not really. I mean, we have a security guy, who sort of keeps an eye on stuff, but I mean, we've never really had any major issues. I feel like people are, pretty respectful for the most part. If I go out, if I'm at home and my girlfriend and I just moved to Georgia, to Savannah.
Nice.
So I just walk around there, like, I mean, people look at me and they're like, who's this weirdo? But they're not like. Also, we've just moved, so I don't know if they've put two and two together yet.
Right.
But I can pretty much walk around most places, and people don't. They don't know. I mean, they don't know what I look like. I'm the bass player, you know. Right. Sean maybe gets recognized a little more, you know, in Nashville. But when we go out as a band, you know, when there's like two or more of us together, like, then it's really like.
Then it's people start to stare.
You know, and then it becomes like a. If it's one guy on your own, like you can kind of slide under the radar pretty easily.
And now, would you prefer that, or would you prefer having people recognize you?
No, I don't think I could. I mean, I guess it's flattering when people come and say, hey, you know, I love what you do, but I feel like if, you know, not that we're in any danger of it, but I think if we ever got to the point of like the super famous people, like, you know, I don't know, Miley Cyrus or something, or like Justin Bieber, I don't know, these kids, and it drives them nuts. Right. But I feel like it would drive me even more nuts. Like I couldn't do it.
Yep, I agree.
That's why I moved to Savannah. When I'm home, I don't want to go out to clubs. I want to be home, and we're on a lake, you know, so I can fish in the lake.
Nice,
and can watch the birds come down to roost in the evenings, and make a fire in the back, grill some meat, and put the UFC fight on, and you know, like that's what I want to do.
That actually sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's the move. You know, I was in LA for 15 years.
Wow.
And my girlfriend's like, you know, we're living this sort of, you know, small town or whatever, like simple life in the big city. We don't do like city stuff. And it really clicked for me. I'm like, you know, you're right. I'm trying to like I wouldn't leave the house. I'm like this recluse. But I'm in LA. There's a lot of cool stuff to do, but I wouldn't do any of it. Yep. It's because that's not what, you know, was feeding my soul, if you will. You know,
absolutely. Absolutely.
She's like, why don't we just move? And I'd been there so long, you just get conditioned, you know, and feel safe in your microcosm. But, you know, she gave me a kick in the butt, and I'm like, yeah, you know, let's do it. And went to Savannah, and man, so far we love it. Right. It's great.
Man, that's awesome. That's you know, you got to do that too, because you're on the road so much. You got to go where you're comfortable when you go home, and if you're not comfortable there, you're not going to be comfortable back on the road.
And that's the thing, man. You know, like when I'm off, you know, we go down to the beach, and she lies there and reads, and suntans. You know, I bring my fishing rods. Right. So I get a little bored just lying there.
Now, are you doing the bikini too, or is it just her?
Oh yeah. Well,
you're rocking that bikini.
Straight Speedo, son.
Yeah. That's nice. That's really nice. All right. So tour life versus not tour life, festival life versus like you know, like a regular venue. Now, it's kind of twofold question. Media, how different is it at a festival situation as opposed to like going to a venue show, as far as like doing what we're doing right now?
Yeah, the media is very different. It's chaotic, man. You know, there's just, you know, huge tables and chairs, and you know, you just kind of go around and, you know, do 5 minutes in, you know, at each spot, and so it's kind of hectic. You know, on the road, it's we do a lot of like phone interviews. Oh yeah. You know, like calling the radio. Hey, where are you today? I'm in, you know, wherever, you know, enter there, Yep. You know, then you chat on the phone for a while, or otherwise, you know, the radio station might come out, you sit down, and chat a little bit, or you know, if there's some local stuff. But it's way more chilled, you know. But yeah, I mean, this is cool, you know. I think you get to reach a lot of ears, and you know, in a sort of small area. It's a cool thing. Yeah.
And I know you guys have a limited time when you're out here, because you got to prep for the show, you got to do all this stuff. You know, we don't want to talk too much because you got to have the right mindset for the show later that night. But is there any the way that you guys write your songs? Do you guys prefer to, one, do it as a group, and two, do you guys prefer to do the music first, or do you want to do the lyrics first?
Yeah, music comes first normally. Okay. It just depends, you know. It depends on the album. We've written albums in sound checks pretty much on the road, because it's the only time we had. This one Sean wrote pretty much entirely in his studio in Nashville. Wow. You know, we all live pretty far apart. Right. So yeah, he definitely did the lion's share on this one. Wow. But on the last one, you know, a lot of it was us jamming in in like a band room, old school garage day style. It just depends, you know, what the circumstance is, how we're feeling. Sure. And you know, whatever gets the best result, you know.
So when you're starting to write songs, you're probably listening to other songs. I don't need to know the songs of the bands, but what genre do you really prefer to listen to when you're trying to get into the writing mood?
Actually, when writing, we try not to listen to too much like rock music because you don't want to be influenced by your peers. You know, you don't want it to sound the same as everything else. So we tend to sort of take a step back from music a little bit. I personally tend to listen to a lot of like weird stuff. Well, not weird, but just different. To, you know, maybe not what people would expect. You know, I mean, we live in this environment. Like today, it's going to be rock music from start to finish. You know, which I love. It's my first love. But when I get on the bus tonight, I'm going to put on Mogwai or Explosions in the Sky or something. Or I just got into this composer. His name's Mattia Copelli. And he does like movie scores and stuff, but it's really beautiful, like classical type music, but just cool melodies and stuff, just instrumental. Yeah. And just get on the bus, and you know, so by default, because there's so much rock in my job and my daily life, I tend to listen to like other stuff, you know, to like balance me out.
I think that makes sense because you just said it. You listen to it so much that you don't want to be completely saturated by it, so you got to take yourself apart and you know, make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Well, as far as like, you know, you're on the road all the time, is it better to, I guess, like when you're getting ready to get to do the show, do you have any type of pre-show rituals that you have to do, either you personally or as a band? Is there something that you guys do always?
Yeah, I drink. I do. No, like hour and a half before showtime. I make that first little cocktail. Yeah. I've been on a Jameson kick, so it's remember the JMO on the rocks.
Nice.
So I'll just hour before I'll make me and myself and Sean a drink. Right. You know, maybe like a Tito's and soda. You know, splash of Gatorade. You know, a little bit of sweetness. Well, just like a JMO on the rocks, and have like a drink or two before the show. Yeah. And then, you know, put on a little Sepultura, maybe like 30 minutes before. You know, a bit of scissor fight, you know, something a bit heavy, a little dirty. It just gets you in the mood.
Wow,
you know,
I love it, man.
Gets you ready.
I love
Gets you ready for it, yeah.
That's actually
the drinks take the edge off.
That's actually what I did right before this interview. Yeah, I'm actually trashed right now.
There's a lot to be said for it.
I'm just saying it works for us. So I mean,
everybody
should be able to do that.
Responsible drinking.
That's right.
There's a lot to be said for it.
You got to be responsible. You can drink, but you got to be responsible. Man, it was amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We appreciate that. Problem. Good luck to everything. You got the new album coming out, or it is out, and it actually sounds pretty freaking amazing.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So good luck to you in the future, and we'll see you down the road, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother.
Thanks, man.
See ya.